Hi, how's everyone? Thanks for coming back. Hello and welcome if you're new. I'm glad you found me. We're doing the What the Friday reading today. So we dealt one card for the current energy and we got the Ace of Swords. And then we got the card, Why Do I Feel This Way? We got the Six of Wands in the reverse. For what can I do about it? You got the Ace of Wands. And then the foundation of the issue, we've got the Knight of Wands. Initially, really good. Okay, we've got some doubt, self-doubt here because you felt a little bit unseen or like something failed. You felt like there was futility, in the situation. Um, let's see what this says. It says futility and failure. There's a word in front of it, but I can't read it. I wrote them too tiny. So the Ace of Swords, the issue here is that there was some kind of clarity. There was some kind of inspiration. So, okay, this is um it's like an unexpected solution. There's an inspiration here out of nowhere, okay? There was some kind of illumination or vision. Um, this could have been information that came in out of nowhere that gave you some clarity, okay? Ace of Swords is a gift from the divine. It's a initiatory energy, okay? So this Ace of Swords was some kind of clarity. And it could be for everybody in the collective, it could manifest differently. For some people, it could be, some information that comes in about a job or a relationship, or I'm not going to say it was like hidden motive or, gossip or anything like that. It was just some kind of enlightenment and it was welcomed. Okay. It was liberating. It was, very well received and, it gave some kind of clarity. Okay. But what it says, why do I feel this way about the situation? It feels like there was some kind of futility here. So you may have gotten some kind of clarity about something that was not a victory. It was not a victory. What can you do about it? You've got the Ace of Wands. So this is a refresh of ambition here, okay? This is a powerful gift. Remember, aces are out of the blue from the divine. This is an unexpected creative spark. Um, so under what you can do about it, that I literally heard light a fire under your ass. That's what you can do about it. And the foundation of this is Knight of Wands energy, okay? If this is a person, I don't know if this is a person that you're dealing with, or if this is Leo energy that you have to pull from yourself. I don't put yourself where you resonate, okay? If you resonate with the idea that this all came in with a um a fire sign, then go with that. Okay. If you yourself have the fire aspect, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, somewhere in your chart, maybe you're drawing on that strength because the foundation of this is something um, ambitious. Now, yesterday with Virgo and Taurus, I was getting the message ambitious but not competitive, right? Like some people are ambitious and they want to beat everybody in their vicinity. And for Taurus and Virgo energy yesterday, it was more like you're you're um you're being ambitious for yourself and you're not competing with anybody else. Okay, your goals are not so that other people can admire you. And with that Six of Wands in the reverse, how you feel about it, like I almost feel like it's okay with you that you're not competing with anybody. Okay? The spark of this spark of ambition is for you. Okay. For some, it'll be with the Knight of Wands. This is Aries, Leo. I give it to Leo because it's the middle child, and the Knight is the middle of the court cards. So Leo energy, ambitious, um, courageous, charming, lively, and self-determined. Okay, the foundation is that there's self-determination here. You want goals for you. Okay, maybe that's the clarity. And the victory in reverse is like that's kind of illustrating that you're not winning for anybody but you. Okay, you have that wand. So a lot of wands here, a lot of fire energy. I'm not sure what's going on in the fire signs. I didn't look at the astrology today. So all of this looks pretty good, but then when I drew the influence cards, all hell broke loose. Okay, so influences that we might not see, the bottom of the decks here, we had the Tower in reverse, the energy of trying to avert a disaster. We got the Devil upright, Capricorn energy, um, being stuck within something, right? Dang it, I wrote these too small. Hmm. Well, we know devil energy is something that has chained you, okay? It was the lovers. You entered into uh, an arrangement with good intentions with the lovers. Lovers is a choice. You chose to form a connection with somebody else, okay? But the connection, the thing that connected you suddenly turned into chains. Okay, so this is a burden of obligation. Capricorn energy, this is karma. Karma can be dealt according to what you've earned. Now, everybody balks at the devil because it feels, the devil feels evil, but it's consequences. It's consequences of our own actions. That's why it feels like punishment, because it's the consequences of our own. We did it to ourselves. Okay, we do it to ourselves, and devil energy in this case is you do it to yourself because it's a choice. You've got the lovers here in chains, and the lovers is a choice. You chose this. But I mean, you didn't choose it because you were a masochist or anything, that you wanted this torment. You chose it in lover's energy where you went into it with good intentions, but now it's become a drag. Now it's become an obligation. Now it's become a prison, mental or otherwise. Okay. So the underlying part of the underlying energy here is that we're trying to avert a disaster, but devil energy is telling you to release it. It's that's the lesson of the devil. Those chains are on there very loosely. The lovers can unburden themselves at any moment, and that's how you break that cycle. Literally, you break those chains. And it's all up to you. The devil's not going to stop you. He's going to tempt you to remain, okay? But the releasing of that is all up to you. And then we got the Five of Pentacles, and that came out yesterday too with the Virgo Taurus reading. So that energy might still be pretty prominent in the collective. So let's look at what the influences we have here. It's like all of a sudden somebody has some sort of inspiration to make goals for themselves, and like I said, to be ambitious without being needing to be competitive. Okay, but then all hell breaks loose. There's the Tower in the reverse, there's the devil, and the Five of Pentacles of loss, which is fucking crazy. And I am going to get clarification on that. This might be just fear. Okay, this might just be fear, but we'll get some clarity on it. Tower in reverse, yeah, trying to avert a disaster, or trying to stop something from changing or shaking up. Okay, remember, um, the Tower is Scorpio energy. It's change, it's transformation. Okay, it's almost akin to death. Death is also Scorpio energy. Um, But the tower is unleashed because it's a liberation for you. It's trying to free you from something that was a prison. Look, think of the tower, the princess in the tower, right? That was a prison that was initially meant, even though it was shady dealings, it was initially for her protection, for her safety. So there may have been a situation here where somebody built a circumstance around themselves that was initially supposed to be for their safety and their protection. But it's got to come down, and they're trying to hang on to that. The tower in reverse is trying to hold up what's supposed to fall. Okay, devil energy, because it became too much of a burden on you and leaves you feeling Five of Pentacles out in the cold and lost. This is adversity, isolation, and loss. The thing with the Five of Pentacles is that these people are walking right past an opportunity to actually improve their situation. They don't see it because they're too focused downward at their defeat. Okay. So if we put this together, for some in the collective, this might be in illumination that there was something that they entered into that has now become, I heard corrosive. For some reason, I heard corrosive. It's like corroding at your being, if that makes sense. So I feel like the foundation and the reason for having these new ambitions is that there was a situation here that wasn't going to end, and you wanted to break free from that. So let's get some clarity on this. Okay, we're going to get some more, because I want to know what the hell. Why on top of this good shit is this, um, and it's mostly major arcana. You got the tower and the devil, and that's divine energy, 5D energy that we don't really control. In astrology, I definitely give that outside environmental energy to tropical system, and then the inner environment, how we process where we are in the cycle, as the sidereal. So I feel like in tropical energy there's some energy that's a little bit bigger than us, and that's what might be keeping you in this situation. And from that, you're feeling that loss, you know? Or, like I said, I do feel fear here, and somebody fearing that if they do break themselves out of this situation, that they will then experience that Five of Pentacles, that loss. Again, I don't know where in the timeline that you fall. Everybody falls differently. So this could be something that's already happened, and it's linked to the foundation of what this was, the clarity that made you want to break free. Or there's fear here that if you take a new risk on yourself, that it's going to lead to this. There could be fear here for some of you. But let's get some clarity. Please clarify the tower in the reverse. What are we trying to avert here? A king of cups in the reverse. Oh, we don't want to get bitter. That's okay. We don't want to get bitter. This person is very closed off. They're very hard-hearted and emotionally selfish. They don't want that. You don't want to become that, and you don't want the person that you're dealing with to be that either. But they're telling me that some in the collective have made a determination to, I mean, you could get free from this. This is not a good guy. Okay? For some in the collective, either they're bitter about not being able to break this, tower foundational situation, and they've become the King of Cups, or they're bound to a King of Cups and not able to end the cycle with them. Yeah, look at that. Devil energy, Three of Swords. Crap. Damage. Yeah. Heartbreak, betrayal, loss, and distrust. Do you not trust yourself, or do you not trust this person? I feel like it's this King of Cups in there. This is a Pisces and it's not as upright energy. Or like I said, if it's not a person that you're dealing with and it's your Pisces energy, you're not in your upright energy here. It's too many. Judgment. It did want to come out earlier. Judgment? Can we get that Five of Pentacles, please? Clarify the Five of Pentacles. What are we supposed to do about this? Clarify the Five of Pentacles, please. Page of Pentacles, but Three of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. Aww. You just don't have the confidence here. You don't have any confidence here. This Page of Pentacles comes in kind of like, you know, not excited. Yeah, excited. I mean, he's hopeful and strong and he's got set goals and he's just starting out and he's like being productive, merging with a new goal. That new pentacle that he's looking at is that goal, that brand new goal. And then we've got the Three of Pentacles, but in the reverse. And this is like sloppy work, but I mean, mostly to me, the Three of Pentacles reversed represents not getting recognition, you know, or not getting the help you need, not getting the instruction that you need. Then the Page of Pentacles is very studious. He's very strategic. What's the word they gave me for him before? Scrutinizing. This is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Pentacles are Earth energy. So there may be someone here that's afraid of the hard work that they need to put into themselves if they end this cycle, because they're afraid that they're not going to have what it takes to get the recognition that they desire. But honestly, you have, this is all fear. The influences that we might not see yet, this is all right here, fear. Fear of allowing something to end. Fear of loss. Fear of being brought low. Fear of having to start over. Fear of not having the finances to do it. We've got all them pentacles at the end. It's like, I don't have the money to start over, you know? But there's a potential here. We don't have the Ace of Pentacles, but the page is carrying the Ace of Pentacles. So to me, I have another deck, the fairy tale deck, where the Ace of Pentacles is the bean from Jack and the Beanstalk. And he had one damn bean, and they were in poverty as it was already. With that, here's the Five of Pentacles right there. They had nothing already. Right? Their one cow was all skin and bones and the roof was leaking. They had nothing but that one bean. So what do you do with something small? Do you use it at the moment, or do you try to be smart with it so that it's better in the future? Right? And you take a chance. You take a chance for that to grow. But the Page of Pentacles brings in the energy of really scrutinizing these choices, right? The options, scrutinizing the options. Because you do not want to be sloppy at this. I also get the feeling of somebody really looking at going, like, what did I do wrong? What went wrong? It's like we've got these Five of Pentacles. They left them out in the cold. They're in rags. They're brought low. And the one person picks up that pentacle and is staring at it going, why didn't you work? Why didn't this work? I have to really look at why this didn't work. And I think if it's because with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse, there was no acknowledgement, there was no help. And that in turn made your productivity look careless or sloppy. Okay? So this is really interesting. I feel a lot of earth energy here, but there is a lot of fire here too. So there's ambition, but then there's fear of a cycle not ending. Okay? So let's get an ancestor oracle message for you, it's collective. I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. Oh, Eagle, Aquarius energy. Okay, see from a higher perspective. Yeah. I heard look above yourself. Whatever you're looking at doing is going to be blessed. All of this here is fear. Because if you stay in this situation that's binding you, you're going to have that Three of Swords. We didn't address the Three of Swords under the Devil. You know, this is damage and heartbreak. Staying in that karmic cycle. You're breaking your own heart. And that in itself, realizing that the situation is toxic, is that third sword. Because you're coming from the Two of Swords, right? The Two of Swords of contemplating options here. You're not, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's like you have to make a decision. And here comes the Ace of Swords with the clarity. And that in turn makes the third sword of the Three of Swords. When you gain clarity, what do they always say? Knowledge breeds sadness. Knowledge breeds unhappiness, right? They say ignorance is bliss, and knowledge brings sorrow. So from this Two of Swords energy of being between a rock and a hard place, needing to make a decision on these choices, right? But feeling that there are no good options here, so whichever way, but you're also not, the Two of Swords is not accepting anybody else's opinions. You're not accepting any new information. You're just trying to make this decision blindfolded with your faith and your good intentions and all the information that you can. But the Ace of Swords comes in with this clarity and adds to the two, and there you have the Three of Swords, a heartbreak. So you're coming into some kind of clarity that is going to really show you that the cycle that you're stuck in is very toxic. Okay? And you do have the ability to free yourself from it. But you're really afraid that it's going to leave you out with loss. And then you're going to wonder why it didn't work. Right? You feel like you need to look for some kind of guidance also. Some kind of instruction. Because that Three of Pentacles is not just recognition for the work that you've done, but it's a good plan. You have the recognition because you had a good plan, right? You had schematics, you had a direction, you had, and you might have had financial help, but now you don't. I am also hearing that some in the collective may fear that if they start over, they might be ridiculed by people. Like I heard, you're it's weird. I heard you're just a page. You're just a page. Oh, you're starting over with this little bit? Shouldn't you have more than that by now? You know? So that might be playing on somebody's emotions. So let's get to the ego. Ego is higher perspective, higher vision. Aquarius energy, it feels like they're saying to remove yourself from the emotion of what's going wrong. Remove yourself from the emotion of what's going wrong and see a little bit higher, okay? Can you see that? It says look at things from a different angle, fly higher and see new possibilities. Ego medicine swirls around you, encouraging you to recognize that your views, your or vision may be limited at this time. Is there a chance that in your own desperation, um, needs or ego could be blinding you from seeing the potential in your current situation? If there are other people involved, you're being guided to use things from see things from everyone's perspective. If you're feeling the need for something to change, the tower is trying to change. How can you take the higher road? Know that if you have intentions that aren't fair, oh, I'm sorry, if you have intentions that aren't for the highest good, it will only hold you back. Ego medicine can help change that. The ego hate the ego brings the energy of healing and love directly from the heart of Father Sky and invites you to do all of things from a place of love. There you go. Love for others and for yourself. That is really powerful for this. Um, let's see here. I would like, oh, yeah, let's get some insight cards. Maybe we can get some um, a positive plan here. I get it. I'm Capricorn rising. If something's got to come down, then you better give me a plan and money to, start a project over because I don't like to I don't like to start something new, without having a plan. So we've got the moon, okay, unconscious and instincts, habits, cycles, and moods. Pay attention to those. I think the moon is waxing. It's going to be full in like a week or so. Male family member, this is usually somebody who's passed on, or maybe somebody you can depend on. You can depend on this male family member, or maybe this involves a male family member. Yeah, concentration with the pincushion. Concentrating on new projects, making sure all your lines are straight. You've got the fortune cookie. Okay, useful advice, encouragement, and small luck. That's great. I think that could be part of that Ace of Swords. Like there's encouragement here, and of course, if somebody encourages you, you get like a new spark of inspiration. It's like the fire is literally lit. That Ace of Wands, that fire energy, literally, turns on. A lot of times, all you need is that encouragement. And I feel like with this Three of Pentacles in the reverse, there wasn't always that there. Here we've got the pendulum. Yeah, swinging between extremes. You're swinging between two different things, that Two of Swords. And then the Ace of Swords of clarity kind of brings a little bit of heartbreak because not only do you realize that things have to change, you can't stop that tower, but it's like you did it to yourself. And that's a harsh betrayal. Chiron. Chiron's in Aries in tropical, and I believe it's in Pisces in sidereal. So Chiron is the wounded healer. Some in the collective might be having to do a lot of deep inner work on their self-worth, their self-ambition, self-starting. Chiron being in Aries, Aries rules that spark of initiation, that you know, fire energy. He's a teacher here, and he teaches where you have to sacrifice, right? Where you have to heal. There's an inner wounding there, but you have to be civil to yourself. There are perceived failures here with Chiron and Aries. Now I understand. There's perceived failure. With that Six of Wands in the reverse, futility and failure, underneath, why do I feel this way? It's because you feel like you failed. You feel like you're a failure. That's that Chiron and Aries. The way you release this is you learn to be forgiving of yourself. Okay? Yeah, hold up. It's pause, rest, consider, and chill out. Okay, so maybe somebody's a little bit neurotic here in the energy. Oh, red string of fate. There's a twin flame soulmate coming in, or they're already here. That's fated love. 222, keep the faith. Timely and auspicious opportunities are coming, so stand strong in your personal truths. We've got oof. Yeah, that was an oof. It's like life kicked ya. You know what I mean? Excuse me. You kind of feel like life kicked ya. Excuse me. Let's get a couple more, please, for the collective, for the What the Friday reading. Weekend energy. Excuse me. Weekend energy, please. Keep the faith. Oh, sun. Yeah. Sun fell out. That's the ego, you know, the surface self. Hand of fate. Okay, the divine is at work. Forces beyond your control are in play. So, here's the thing. They want you to be, I heard scrupulous. Use your scruples. They want you to be strategic and scrutinizing about any options you might have, okay? Any decisions you might make. You have a little bit, so don't misuse it, okay? That Page of Pentacles with the Five of Pentacles, meaning you might misuse the little that you have in some, like, what's the word? When you jump and you make a decision, and then it's like you might gamble on something and it won't pan out, and then you're going to be left with that one pentacle. So don't misuse the resources that you already have, okay? The divine is at work. Forces beyond your control are at play. As long as you stay still, function in your faith, and do the inner work, it's like keep your head down while the axe goes by. Okay? That's what they're telling you. Keep your head down while the axe goes by. So that way it doesn't take your head and you're just nose down doing your work, you know? Okay, we got goldfish. That's good. That's abundance. A cauldron. Something's brewing. And the goldfish. This is increase in growth, wealth, good luck, prosperity, abundance, transformation, and harmony. And I like that. I wish we'd have gotten a little bit more about that twin flame soulmate. You might be mirroring each other. That happens sometimes. But I mean, it could just be so as simple as you meet your person, and that's what lights the fire under you to make change. You know? Yep, I think we'll keep it at that. Remember that eagle energy, okay? See from a little bit higher. And get some perspective from everybody's point of view, okay? Because if this does involve other people, everybody does need to be taken into consideration. So make sure you use strategy and your resources very responsibly in order to alleviate whatever needs to end, right? Okay, that's what I have for the What the Friday. I don't have anything specifically scheduled for the weekend, but I still might come back and do some of the like continue with the signs like Gemini's next. I might look ahead to what the moon is doing. So we'll see what the weekend brings us. If you're interested in a personal reading, I am available for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. My information is in the description. Email, Venmo, Cash App is all down there. So thanks for sticking with me, and until I see you again in the next reading. Okay, thanks. Bye.